thanks, folks, for joining me on this week's episode of Al's Joint. Sitting here rocking to Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. How ironic is that? We have a lot of stuff to unravel. So let's take the gloves off and let's get at it. So, folks, let's jump right into it. There's a lot of news happening this past weekend. So let's start with the positive. We had 6 to 7 million Americans participating in the No Kings rallies across the country. It was a marvelous turnout. Kudos to all those Americans who stood up and said, this is not a kingdom. This is not a dictatorship. This is our democracy. This is our country. And we're not going to have some far right-wing nuts try to take it over. On the other hand, we have President Orange Man in D.C. pouting because his military birthday/parade didn't go as he expected it. He expected to have those same millions of folks in D.C. As you can see, that didn't happen. So now he's pissed off. He's blaming everybody else because he wanted a more rigid parade. He wanted folks to show that he was the ultimate leader here. And that didn't happen. Now he's embarrassed. The rest of the world's laughing at him. He's sitting there. To me, he looked like he was half asleep. Maybe that's because the parade didn't come across to him like he thought it would. So the American people are left with a $60+ million bill because he wanted to show off. So now Trump tries to push his cell phone company, his cell phone service. I guess it's a MACA, Make America Call Again. I don't know what the hell he's doing. The phone itself costs about $500, $600, $700, whatever the hell they say it is. But the monthly service is $50 a month. So they say. They expect the American people to fall for another Trump grift. I don't get it. Let me give you a list of the companies he bankrupted just so I can remind you, because sometimes over time we forget how bad a businessman this man was. Trump Castles Hotel Casino, Trump Plaza Casino, Taj Mahal, bankrupt. Trump Plaza Hotel, Trump Hotel and Casino Resort, Trump Entertainment Resorts, bankrupt, done. Trump Mortgage, Trump Baja, Mexico, Trump Shuttle, done, bankrupt. Trump Steaks, Trump University, gone, bankrupt. People are still suing over those, but the one that sticks out the most to me, believe it or not, is Trump Water. Let me tell you why. If you fuck up a bottle of water, you don't deserve to ever be in any business ever again. But now what they're going to do, they're going to throw this new cell phone service at us, tell us it's the next best thing, and everybody should switch over to Trump cell phone, to MACA. You can Make America Call Again. Hell with that. I'm sticking with Cricket and Mint Mobile. Trump cell phones can kiss. You get it. So folks, are more unrest in the Middle East. Not only has Israel created a humanitarian crisis in Palestine, but they decided to start a war with Iran. And they've done this, at least our government is saying, without giving us a heads up or giving us the okay. Now, there's so many stupid people in our government, you don't know what to believe, because the 1 minute Donald Trump saying one thing, another minute he's walking it back. I guess that's why they call him Taco Man. But we have Israel, which is about the size of Los Angeles County, dictating whether we enter into a war in the Middle East or not. We give them, on paper, $4 billion a year, but most folks say it's probably double that when you figure all the way they're funneling different things to that region. For them to think that they could start a war without getting the okay from the United States is alarming. And I think that we have to make sure that we tell them that you're not going to push our folks. We're not going to have boots on the ground for you, or have our folks engaged with folks in the Middle East because you decided to do something without the United States' blessing. Now, if I'm wrong, if they're lying on you, then you should let that be known. But it's clear what we're hearing from our elected officials, that you did this on your own. And it's too dangerous to think that it's going to stop because you hit your targets with our weapons. You don't produce any weapons there. How can this small country, I don't even call it a country, it's a state, this small state in the middle of all these Muslim countries decide that they're going to pick a fight without getting us the heads up, or at least giving us a chance for at diplomacy to get Iran back to the table, which was already scheduled, by the way, before this latest airstrike. I just think it's alarming. And if we're in a war, we have nobody to blame but ourselves, because we allowed a country to dictate the terms without involving us. I want to thank you folks for taking the time to join me on this episode. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and let me know what you think in the comments. I want to make sure I get an idea of what you're thinking, and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to join me next Friday on our next episode of Al's Joint. Peace.
This segment of Al's Joint is brought to you by Pave the Way Parking.